WasteWater Dan presents wastewater math, calculated with Excel spreadsheets. As a new service of ESDLT's Environmental Academy, environmentalacademy.com, today's example, calculate pounds of total metals from 3 waste sources. Today's problem reads, waste pumping into a 3,800 gallon wastewater process treatment tank is from 3 sources. Source 1 flow is 20 GPM, having 8 mg/L total metals. Source 2 flow is 0.0108 mgd, having 34.5 ppm total metals. And source 3 flow is 180 GPH, having 0.0725 Ug/L total metals. How many pounds of total metals in the tank? So what we've done here is taken a relatively large problem and break it up into multiple elements. So we start out with a basic formula which says pounds of total metals in the tank equals pounds from source 1 plus pounds from source 2 plus pounds from source 3. So in order to end up with that result, we're going to look at 5 different elements. The first one is going to be calculate the flow in minutes to pump the 3,800 gallons into the tank. We're going to have to look at the flow from each of the 3 waste sources to figure out how many minutes will be required. Then the next 3 elements will be using those gallons plus the concentrations to calculate the total pounds from each of those sources. So we'll have source 1, and then we'll have source 2, and then we'll have source 3. Now for each of those, there's going to be 2 videos, one to show the calculation of the gallons using the number of minutes, and the other video for each of these sources will be to calculate the pounds. And then finally, we will end up with the calculation of total metals of all 3 waste sources by simply adding them together. So let's go down and look at the number of minutes. We're going to use a detention time formula. Now, I've got the URL for the YouTube video here if you want to go back and look at it. But essentially, we're going to end up with 125 minutes. Now that's described here as whole numbers with no decimals, but if you set your Excel spreadsheet as 4 decimals, you would have 124.5902. And the 124.5902 is going to be the number of minutes used in the calculations on the rest of these videos. So let's slide on down and look at waste source 1. This is where we're going to calculate pounds of total metals from source 1. We're going to look at the calculation for the gallons. You see the URL there, will calculate gallons from source 1, and that is 2,492 gallons. And the calculation of the pounds, this is the URL here. And the total pounds of metals from waste source 1 is 0.1663 pounds. I will go down and look at the source 2. We got 2 videos here, one for the gallons, one for the pounds. We see the gallons calculates at 934 gallons, and you see the pounds calculates at 0.2689 pounds. That's waste source 2. Waste source 3, you see the 2 videos here, one for gallons and the other one for pounds. You see the gallons calculates at 374, and you see the pounds calculates at decimal point 60226 pounds. So now if you go down and look at the summary here, where we summarize the pounds of total metals, we simply take pounds of total metals and we add the pounds from source 1, which is 0.1663, plus the pounds from source 2, which is 0.2689, plus the pounds from source 3, which is decimal point 60226, and that's where the answer shows down here as 0.435 pounds. So we referred to a lot of small videos, but hopefully you found this to be useful and helpful. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also consider participating and interacting with comments and submitting questions of your own. For example, you can go to my website, environmentalacademy.com. You can send me an email to the email on the page there on the website up on the top, or you can fill out the email form and submit an email contact form. Either way, come back often because I'll be publishing videos at least once weekly. So thank you, and hope to hear from you soon.